What is going on? This was requested. I don't know if I'm going to upload this one publicly, but that's the goal too right now. So this one was requested. I'm going to be looking at Double Plus Good, who currently is having a pretty tough season in Open right now. At the time of this, they're going like 1-7, I think. And they're playing against Our Demo Has No Desk, which is another team that is kind of having a difficult time in Season 25 Open. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Keep in mind, if you're watching this much later in time, you know, Season 25 ESEA was the time that Open and IM merged. So that is why, you know, some teams may be having a more difficult time than they would have before, but who's to say? Anyways, we're going to mid here. So it looks like, oh, never mind. I forgot it's the pre-thing. Okay, cool. Josh says, shout out to my micro penis. Well, you know what? Shout out to his micro penis. So you got a kill, good job. I would have liked to have seen your demo get a little more aggressive a lot sooner though. So that was a good mid actually. You baited your roamer to drop down. I don't know if they saw him back up or not, but he ended up bombing, and then your scouts just kind of pushed across at a decent time. So that was a decent mid. Uber's basically going to be even going into last. Especially since you're... No, never mind. Especially just going into last here, you know. You still have to have time to get there. You could have done it if you guys were really fast enough, like if you just took it straight into lobby and, you know, have a scout cap and whatnot. So you guys are going in here assuming that, oh no. Yeah, you should have done that a lot sooner. This was just a completely rushed push. Did not need to push there. So that was a yikes. At least you get your medic out and your demo out, but yeah. That, no reason to push there at all. You guys just needed to slow it way down, because if you actually thought you had any ad there at all, maybe you thought you killed their medic at mid, I don't know, but like you knew, you know, you maybe thought, well, maybe their medic didn't heal, maybe he died, but either way, like if you were going to work off of that ad, it would have been a very small one, and it really was. You guys needed to, if you wanted to act on that, you needed to go immediately. You know, and you guys just weren't fast enough to do that, but that's alright. So at this point, yeah, you just gotta just kind of hold mid right now, so. So yeah, this is the fun part of TF2, where we stalemate really hard, waiting for things to happen. Classic. So you guys had ad there, just because you were building and they weren't. So, oh no, please tell me you're not pushing off of that. No, why? Like, I understand going in with a solo Uber to get their Uber out. And for some reason, this is like, no, it's not. Okay, good. I was gonna say if that works, I'm gonna be mad. But yeah, oh, that's just poor Uber tracking, just like it was on the very first time. Like you knew that you had, you know, you forced the medic on last, and your medic got out, and the medic never died, so it would be even Ubers, basically even. Now what you didn't know is that they weren't building. If they were building, they would have gotten Uber sooner than they did. But regardless, you know, you didn't push even when you had that very slight ad, and now they're going to have ad here. because you beefed that push, and they're going to have pretty decent ad walking into last tier, so you need some off classes right now. You have a Pootis. So yeah, just try and work off of that. I see you're building with your scout, but it's too late, man. The ad's too big. If the other team was decent enough, which it seems they are, to push off of Uber advantages, then they have done that. The Uber seems to have been really, really bad, but you know what? They're trying here, and they're fragging things. Yeah, that was just a poor Uber from them. They did not play that well because they lost way too many people in that. And now it's taking them too long. Now there's spawns. So I like that idea from the red medic to just leave. That was good. But we're not looking at red, we're looking at blue here. And you have full ad, right? So you need to get off Pootis, which you do. And fight second. Preferably through upper because that's where all of their team is. So yes, good job going upper. Oh my god, they literally put 4 or 5 players up top. That's actually crazy. Red team did. So it looks like you had to use, unfortunately. What you could have done there was just like not put every single one of your players through upper and put some through lower, because the demo did det his traps at some point, so you could have put like a soldier bombing through there and then just like a double scout Uber into them upper, and you can chase them out through choke and get frags. That would have been a pretty good Uber there, since you did have to use. It's just, you know, have a soldier bomb for choke, kind of a distraction, and then you double solo, or you Uber a scout or 2 in. So, and they're all walking through big door. You have no one watching big door right now. That's a no bueno. So like, it was a good idea to hold up there because you had a disad, but you gotta be like watching the flank there. You still have to have people, you know, peek and choke, you know, like a pocket spamming this. He can jump away really easily. You can have him spam this, know when they're coming in a lot earlier, try to get a force out just from spam, and you know, just have your roamer right here do the same thing over here. There's no reason to have anybody up here just waiting for them to come in without any eyes on them, you know. You didn't have eyes on the spot on the chokes, and that's why you got pooped on there. And now you're at another disadvantage here. So yeah, you're building. You have time for an Ingi. I would do an Ingi. And I don't know about the roamer. I don't know if I like the roamer going Pootis right now. Yeah, scouts are strong, but for this last, I just feel like, I don't know, scout's good on this last if you have a really good scout, but still, I don't know. I would personally put a scout on it because I like that you were building, but you had so much time for a sentry. But either way, they have another bad Uber. I don't know how they have this bad Uber because your Pootis was literally in like water area. So your Pootis was like, you know, didn't do anything to stop their Uber. They just had a really bad Uber. But unfortunately, your medic dies. So you have to keep that in mind. But for now, what you need to be thinking about is taking space on second, which you do. So that's good. Get this cap going. Be ready for them to come in here, because you never know. Alright, good. You have the space. You know, you're at a slight disad here. Does red know that they have ad here? I would hope so, but who knows? I don't know what to expect with these teams, you know? Let's see what happens. Some crazy things can happen at this part of the table in open. So yeah, you guys were hard building the whole time, and they weren't hard building the whole time. So now, if they thought they had ad, they were wrong. But you need to have players big door once again. And they Uber in because they think they have this ad. And they were mistaken. You guys were building, they weren't. So good job killing these players. Yeah, that's just a mistake from red there. You know, they weren't building. They would have had that ad and they would have pushed in, but they just weren't building. And because of that, they were like, hey, you know, we should have an ad even though we weren't building. Let's just go in. And yeah, that's why they completely lost that terrible push. So look at this fantastic positioning from their medic. Okay, there we go. The red gets out. I was gonna say, what is that medic doing there? Good air shot from old Muddy Fudger. Oh my god, and that soldier still gets your medic. Oh, he was back there for so long. He even took 100 in midair, and you had a scout or two next to him, and that soldier didn't die. Like, the soldier even landed back here and he didn't die. That guy was a top priority. But you guys are like, hey, you know, they're 3 down, let's go last. So this was good spam coming in from Earthworker and your roamer there. To have Chaos get cap time. I think that was Chaos anyway. And get some cap time. They're gonna feed for it, and then you just spam it, you know. So it worked out for you. So some interesting things happening. Let's see what happens on this one. Each team is playing their own side. Okay, so a soldier kind of just walks across and still spams out your medic. So that was weird. It looked like just each team took their own side. You had a soldier bomb their side, but he was basically completely alone. What would have worked really well for that is if you would have bombed your roamer, you know, kind of distracted their demo, bombed your roamer literally just in choke area. You have a scout climb up the middle. I noticed you have both of your scouts go left, which sometimes is fine, but you needed some aggression on that mid because you were just playing the side game where you stacked 6 players on one side of mid, and they were the ones that got aggressive. You know, that's why you lost that. You need to have more aggression there. So bomb your roamer to choke, bomb your pocket on nipple maybe, along with a scout to climb up the middle so that that pocket won't get immediately destroyed. And yeah, just kind of spam them out, have your demo and med, and another scout friend push across. Your other scout might deny soldiers from lower or such. But yeah, you needed more aggression. In some sort of way, you needed more. Because you just were kind of playing pretty passive there. So now, you're at a huge disad, and once again, you have the 2 scout strat here on last. You really need some off classes. You really need them because, okay, your roamer went pyro. You had more time for like a Pootis. You even had time for an Engie. But no one's looking at point right now. For some reason your combo decided to walk into spawn and stay there for a little while. So, I understand the kiting through spawn thing, but a lot of times, whenever you do that, you're in there for too long. You know, like, you just end up being in there for way too long, and you lose the round because of it. So you decided to play right this time. I like that you switch it up after you lost that mid. That's really good, actually. This is kind of chaotic, actually, but hey, it's working, so that's good. I just like the fact that you switched up your mid fight after losing that last one. That just really nice. It's basic, but I appreciate it. So now you guys have a pretty decent ad here. So, do you know it though? Do you know that their medic was not healing for this long? We will see. Can Muddy predict this? I don't think so. But we'll see what's going on. If he does, he needs to go now. Because they're taking a little too long, considering they have all their players in river already. Alright. Yeah, nope, they do not know that they have ad, or else they would have pushed a long time ago. So you guys just decide to sack a scout to maybe go sniper or something, I assume. Spy, even. So like, yeah, it's nice to have a lot of players river, but you gotta have more than one person here. Oh, you sack 2 players. Interesting. So you do come up sniper, but you do realize, like, you just fed them 2 people, so they're gonna push now. So be ready for that, you know? I don't know why Chaos went in there and fed his body after they had just fed another body. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know what was going on there. So now they're 2 down. Ubers are even. That guy's gonna get stuck with a 15-second spawn now. 20-second spawn. because he died way out of wave. So, you know, you might consider pushing this, which you do. Yikes. Alright. That was not the push we were looking for. Oh my goodness, your sniper just went massive. But, oh, there's a soldier there. That's the guy that got stuck with the 20-second spawn earlier. Oh no. Almost. He's dropping the trust no thought in the chat. So anyways, you know, you decide to peek second, you decide to dabble with the thought of a second push. But you end up feeding in the process, sorry. So now, because you fed one when all you had to do was peek it to see if you should have taken the space, they're gonna push now. So I feel like you guys on mid there gave up way too much space just for losing one player, by the way. You backed way up after your pocket died. Like, I understand, you know, backing up maybe a little bit, but there's no reason to give up that much space on mid after only losing one player. You gotta, like, fight for that space, you know that. And unfortunately, your flank, I don't know if your flank calls anything because they just get overwhelmed, like, every single time here. They always send players big door, and they always frag your flank. Like, your flank just gets decimated. Whether or not they call it or not, I don't know. But they're just over there getting out DM'd right now. And you guys just get mega rolled because of it. So, ugh. Your flank needed to tell you that, you know, they're getting, like, pooped on. Send help. And I don't know if that happened because they just got decimated over there. But that's okay. We have another mid fight. Let's see what you do. I would be interested in seeing the exact same mid fight you played last time because it worked. Will they do it? No, they won't. Do we know why they won't do it? I don't know. If something works, you should do it again. Typically. Because red didn't change their mid fight at all. And here you guys are doing a losing mid fight. Why would you change your mid after you just won the last one? You know? Especially if you noticed that there was no change from the reds mid fight. That means it should work again, but unfortunately you guys are like, hey, let's play left for some reason, and then you get punished for it because that was your losing mid. So now you guys have Uber. If you guys wanted to contest this, you should have tried a lot sooner, because now there is the risk of a back cap. High risk. Because currently you have most of your bodies in river and you're losing players. So yeah, yep, they're gonna push last now. So you have to try your best here to defend. And yes, unfortunately you lost two. You just didn't have the point in mind there. That was unfortunate. So it's halftime. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I'm going to assume that the halftime is a long time here. But yeah, you guys, you have some issues tracking Uber. You guys need to maybe take space when you can. I know on that mid there, when you lost Muddy, and then everything was even. You know, you just lost one player. You guys decided to back way up when you guys could have at least, you know, tried to have held it as best as you could, you know. Just having spam on both doors. I don't know. That's just me, though. If they're giving you space, then you take it, for the most part, if you can handle it, but I guess not. And, this isn't a mid, right? No, it's not. Cool. I'm just tripping out here. But, yeah. Just some basic things, just calls, you know, just like poor calls, really. You know, I noticed your flank on multiple occasions. I don't know if they called it or not, but they got overrun a couple of times just by simply the other team pushing them through the flank. Like, all they had to do was just, like, say, hey, we're gonna go kill these flank players. And you know what? Red team did it. or desk did it, and your blue players just got pooped on multiple occasions, more than once. So I was told that this was a close game, not due to the scoreline, but just, how the game was, because it was 50 minutes, but it seems that it's 50 minutes because this is a massive halftime. Because I'm running this at 600% and we're still at halftime. So, have I been heckin' bamboozled? I think so. But yeah, just sharpen up those calls, whoever your main caller is. It seems like they're having a bit of an issue keeping track of ads like perfectly, which should be really a basic thing. Deciding when to go in and when not to, And call what Ubers you're having, because I think your Ubers are actually just completely random, honestly. Like, you need to call certain Ubers for certain situations, right? I noticed a lot of times when you would push on even Ubers, you would push every single body through that point. Like, you would put like 3-4 people on that Uber, and that forces your medic to flash way too much, way more than he wants to. When if you're going to do any Uber at all, it should be like a solo just to get the Ubers exchanged, and then go from there. But we did not see that. Let me blow my nose real fast, if you don't mind. Alright, I'm good to go. Ready to resume. So, 100% resuming. Second half. Scores 3-1 for the desk team. Our demo has no desk. So now, double plus good, the team we're looking at is now red team. So we're going to see what's going on there. You guys play the same left mid, it seems. I like that you have a scout walk your medic up through elbow. Or banana, whatever that's called. Banana. Elbow? Who knows? Banana. Let's go banana. I don't remember what our team says, honestly. But regardless, you play the same left mid, and you have your soldier delay a bomb. So you delay your bomb, but unfortunately, you're getting pooped on by their scout right now. Like, dude, Josh just literally destroyed your team, like, basically single-handedly. He went out there and just got a 4K by pushing across the point. That's literally all he did. So, geez. Once again, you guys are playing the same mid that you lost over and over, but you're not playing the one that you won ever again. Like, you guys won that mid fight pretty convincingly when you played right. Why wouldn't you play right again? I don't know the logic behind this. But regardless, I like that you have an engineer. And I like that it's your scout. But, yes. It's a full ad push against you guys. And yeah, they get it. Just because no one's watching the cap. And it's kind of hard to defend against full ad. So, let's see what goes on in this. Let's please, just switch up your mid. You guys do. Finally. No, you don't. Oh, you don't. You just bomb a soldier their big door. Which is good, you kill their med. All you have to do now is just play safe and play around your med. But unfortunately, that does not happen and your med dies very early. So I like that aggression, but just too much. It's a good thing that you sent your roamer their big door quick to just surprise their medic. He ends up getting their medic. That's all you guys needed to do. You guys needed to, because you had one player doing one thing, you had another soldier on the right, I believe. Maybe it was the left. I don't know. But it was just too scattered around. Way too scattered around. You got their medic, but they just fragged you one by one because y'all were separated. And when that soldier bombed you medic, I think you only had one player with him. So now here you are at a slight disad. They would be building. You are too, it looks like. You have time for an off class. You don't have one. You know, if you're at a disad, which you should know that you are, you need to have an off class. Let's see if blue team pushes off of that right now. So yeah, they're not going to. It's too late. Oh, they have crits. Interesting. Okay. They had crits and they still didn't get that large of an ad. That's a yikes. Interesting. So you guys kind of lucked out there that our demo has no desk decided to go full beef mode and forget to build Uber. Because not only did they have like a normal advantage on you, a slight one, they had a crits ad as well and they weren't building it. They ended up, you know, they just took too long. Blue just really beefed there. You guys lucked out. You guys should have lost that, honestly. You guys really should have lost that if they played that at all correctly. But you guys have ad here. So what are you going to do? Let's see what you do. You decide to take space. Oh, using your med through drop down. Interesting. Unfortunately, no one looks around and sees a soldier behind here. And, oh, your medic almost died. That was a close one. But regardless, you know, it's kind of hard to beef a full ad push. But that's okay. You guys went lower there. That was pretty interesting. But it worked out. So now you guys have more advantage. This is good, but you need to build. Oh, this is not good. Look at this. Yeah, your medic wasn't healing anybody for a sec. Chaos was like, hey, you should heal. So you guys have ad. Just be building right now. And push off of it because you know this. You would know that you have ad here. I don't care who you are. If you're playing competitive at all, you definitely know you have a pushable advantage here. So, since you have time though, you've had all of this time, you know you have this massive ad, you've had time. What you need to do is check their last to see what they have on last. You need to be peeking, you know, you can have a soldier just literally walk on that little pack by river to see what they have on the right side and maybe on the left. You can hear a sentry, and you can peek also if the demo doesn't have it trapped up, you can peek the shutter window. Just don't go through the shutter obviously, but peek the window. And this way you know exactly what they have on last, so you know exactly what type of Uber to put through and what to finish first. Assuming that you've done that, you know they have a pyro. No reason not to do that. So let's see what type of... Oh, you feed chaos. Or he dies to a trap. Oh, he dies in here. Yes, exactly. This is the trap I'm talking about. That is a very common trap that he did not catch on about. So you guys use through... You kind of get juggled, but that's alright. It's still big ad here. But you need to... Yeah, okay. And their med gets a Sol. Oh, so this is good, regardless. Like, they have Uber here, but your players just need to kite the Uber well. Where did... Okay, Chaos is baiting you guys way too hard right now. Yikes, dude. Yikes. So, Chaos should have been fighting that with you. Chaos just baited the fuck out of whoever that soldier was. Because if you'd have fought that, you'd have got those kills a little bit quicker, and you would have been able to cap a lot quicker and win the game, or win the round. But instead, Chaos was like, hey, I'm gonna hide until later, and just ended up completely baiting you. But that's okay. Just something I noticed. So you guys are trying to take space here. I didn't really get a good look at it, but it looked like you guys were half committed there. And once again, I don't know who Jamboree is, but he just been getting out DM'd by Josh literally all day long. Your whole flank has just been getting out DM'd, honestly. Your roamer and whoever the scout is. So once again, you have 0 eyes on big door, and they simply just walk through big door. Unfortunately, they drop a million. They send a million. Why? Okay, so blue is pushing with 4 people in an even Uber situation right now. Like, what is that? Like, what is the logic behind that? So, like, once again, you guys are lucking out here because they're pushing with 4 people in an Uber, and you can just frag the unubered players. Like, you guys are getting really lucky they're doing this here. Blue team is being very generous to you. Unfortunately, your med goes down, and you guys are kind of bleeding bodies right now. Oh my gosh, you're all just like dying once at a time. Oh, it's killing me, dude. So right now, you need to get some off classes on last because you guys just decided to kind of go in one at a time there. All dying out of wave. All spreading out your spawns. So yeah, let's get some off classes. I don't see any off classes right now. I would put an NG on the right. I would put a Pootis on the left. Make them, you know, decide which one to shoot at first. But still, even at a huge disadvantage, you have no off classes. Luckily, you get a pick. And it's still slowing them down enough. Interesting. Honestly, I don't know why blue team is backing up here. Like, you do know that you're pushing against a team that has full Uber advantage and they're letting you do it. Like, that should never be happening. Like, you literally just pushed into a team that had full Uber advantage and they gave it to you. They literally gave that to you. Demo has no desk is literally a charity to you right now. They definitely acted as a charity. They were like, hey, well, let's not win this game yet. I want to pad my stats a little more. And yeah, they just totally threw that. Our demo has no desk made the huge mistake of backing up when they had full Uber. I don't care if you're a player down. You should just expect a sack, you know, just expect a player to come in. But no, they literally just backed up and gave it to you. And then bled player after player. Some of the things you find here in this part of the table. In open in general, really. Anyways, I like that bomb. That was a nice bomb. You killed their medic. We're on mid here. You're like, hey, let's take this space. Chaos dropping the I love 250 ping because he does have 250 ping. Alright, cool. So anyways, you decide to stack it to deny their forwards. Good call. You denied 3 people. Now you take second. You bully them out. You cyber bully them out a second if they're there. And you need to take high ground now because you don't want to let these soldiers take high ground on you right there. Because they're a threat. If your med dies, that's why. That is why your medic died, because you have issues watching flanks. A lot of times your flank in big door, when you watch big door, they just get completely outplayed, or they're not even there. And in that situation, when you went to take space on second, you need to have players upper. Just put like both of your soldiers upper or something, and that completely denied that soldier from killing your medic. That's the fault. That was the reason why your medic died. Like, I know a lot of teams are like, well, why didn't you protect our medic? You know, you're like part of the combo or something. Well, instead of blaming it on like 1 or 2 players, since it's their job to generally protect the medic, you should just watch flanks and not allow that to happen in general. If it's something like this, if it's something basic like this, something as basic as watching a flank, that's what I'm talking about. It's just something as basic as watching every area. You just didn't take the space. They were giving you the space, and you didn't take it. And upper was the space I'm talking about there. But regardless, we have an Uber exchange. Not an exchange, but blue Ubering in, actually. So I would leave. There's no reason to stand and choke when you have ad here. Alright, so when blue used, you guys just needed to back up. There was no reason to stay in, because you could have took that. You could have won that round with that Uber. Easily won that round with that Uber. You had second. You could have just killed them on second and went to last, but instead, you guys decide to stay and fight. When you know that you have Uber, you can't win that fight. There's no reason for you to win that fight. You should have just backed up to mid and fought with the ad later, but you guys are staying in. That's just another bad call. That's just another more poor calls here. So you're gonna have a soldier hide, try and get their medic. I like it. And he goes for it. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Almost. Good try. For some reason, you lose a scout too. Why did you lose that scout? Because now they're gonna push into second here. Oh my goodness. You guys are giving them so much space. It's killing me. You guys are giving them so much space. It is disgusting. You're just letting them walk into second for free. Yes, they have full Uber ad, but you have to spam them when they walk through. You gotta look intimidating so that they don't want to come in, so that they have to use Uber. But you guys are just completely being generous and giving them all of this space right now, and it is killing me. That's just more poor calling, you know? Like, I understand, like, at some point in the game, everybody should just know these things, but at this point, you know, it's kind of up to the main caller to say these things. Like, hey, we have to take this space. We have to keep them out as best we can without losing a bunch of players. We just got to get their Uber out, you know? And that is not being done. You guys are literally just completely giving this to them for free right now. And it's gross. It is gross. So they're like, hey, they're just giving this to us. Let's just have a scout cap. And let's push in with this ad. I think that's what they're doing anyway. It's a risky move, but they're doing it. They waited way too long. Blue, once again, waited way too long off their Uber ad, being really generous. Ah, Blue is just so kind to you. The reason you won that was because they waited way too late to push. Because that should have been a round win, game win right there, really. Once again, Blue throwing out the helping hand. So, you know, try to take mid together, ideally. So yeah, you go in here. Have your soldiers make some space here, please. Which it does. So yes, good job taking mid there. You have even Ubers. They're one down. If you wanted to, I would suggest doing it since it's even. Of course, it's close to Uber, so you gotta keep in mind, you know, there might be an Uber exchange. Oh, they're just giving this to you for free. Okay. Jump. Have your soldiers jump. Your soldiers need to jump. Because now you have to worry about an Uber exchange. Oh yeah, it's too late now. Ubers have been used, so now it's a cluster. Yeah, if you guys wanted to push on that, you needed to push a long time ago, back when the Ubers were still close to being even, and you needed to take some space there. But you pushed 4 people through, and they all stood on the low ground and pushed slowly. But for some reason, you're winning this still. It's working. I don't know how, but Blue is going to lose second. And Ubers are going to be even when the medics get up. So you have second. Let's see what happens here. What is it, 47? So this game's almost over, really. I think it's a 50-minute game, so whatever happens here happens really quickly because, shoot. Yeah, alright. I thought it was a 50-minute game. Maybe I'm just not correct, and maybe it's longer than that. For some reason, I thought the time on ESEA, when you check it, it includes halftime. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. But regardless, Ubers are even. And you decide to send a sack. I would wait to send that sack. Okay, here's the deal. I would have waited to sack until their medic got Uber. Because you see what you did there. You sacked, and their medic got down to 14 health. You almost killed their medic. I would say that if you would have sacked when they had Uber, and if you would have got their medic down to 14 health, and he had Uber, I guarantee you he would have popped. That is why in situations like this, I prefer to wait until they have Uber so that you actually can get something out of them. There, all you had to go for was a kill, and kills are more difficult than forces. If you would have just gotten the force out there, that would have been a lot of really effective. Because now your roamer died for nothing. But I guarantee you, if he'd hit those rockets and got him down to 14 HP like that, then he would have forced. So now you have to worry about a sack here, which... Please don't tell me he's going to kill someone. Thank you. Alright. Oh, they're deciding... Okay, this is the fattest solo Uber of all time, actually. No? Okay. What is he doing? Okay, yeah. So blue just is like... Just... Oh my goodness. You guys are lucking out here. Why are they pushing you? So that was just horrible play from blue, honestly. Just interesting. So, you know, 4-2. Let's see what mid you do. Hopefully it's the one that you, yes, you play right, I think. Good, you play right. This is the one that you won the last time, so let's see if you can repeat that. It's pretty close so far. And yeah, unfortunately you guys cannot repeat that mid. Everything's just kind of not together with you guys. Like on that mid, you have aggression, but there's nothing to push with it. Like, you don't have anybody follow up on your soldier's aggression on mid. And your scout always dies early. You have a scout that basically just dies when he gets to mid. I mean, basically. He just immediately died. Yeah, just aggression that's not timed together. So I take it they're gonna roll you here with this full ad. You need off classes. Once again, you don't have any off classes on this last. There's no reason to not have an off class right now, because now they're just gonna roll you a little bit easier now. And that is exactly what they do. Oh my goodness. Once again, they don't stand on point. Alright. Well, shoot. GG. Dropping the GGs in chat. Alright, well, that's what I got. I'm gonna give them a heckin' bamboozle, and I'm gonna upload this publicly so that they can all watch it. So, yes, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. And if you want more reviews, if anybody wants more reviews, that's probably what most of my videos are going to be. Because I've been either, so far, I've just been too busy with other things, and then the season in general. Just, you know, having a lot of scrims, because after the merge, it's been a little more difficult, but now playoffs are like an actual thing. Post Season 25 merge, you know, like we can actually make playoffs here. Whereas before we were like, alright, yeah, we're going to make playoffs in open. But now that it's like I am sort of, you know, it's a little bit harder, but we're working towards it. I think we're going 7-3 right now. Once we get that forfeit win, whenever Tri does that, of course. But yeah, it's been fun so far. But regardless, that's not what this video was about. Just kind of giving you a small update. A lot of my videos are probably going to be quick ones like reviews. And, you know, sometimes when I get to it, eventually, match uploads of me playing my POV in matches. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.